What is up, guys? This is your boy Superior Sim, and to have some more information to talk about with The Sims. If you guys like news, updates, and discussions, please hit the sub button. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. If you guys click the link in the description and type in Sims, you'll see a bunch of deals for The Sims 3 and The Sims 4. If you guys are planning on buying The Sims 4 Life and Death expansion pack, you will get it at a 30% discount. And of course, there's other expansion packs like For Rent, Love Struck, Growing Together that are under $20, which again is just insane. Again, guys, link in the description. Without further ado, let's get into the bullshit. Okay, so I was debating whether or not I was going to make another video talking about this. But it seems like the Sims community has been in a really big frenzy. It's gotten progressively bad over the few days, and this all started because of SimGuruNinja. To be clear, SimGuruNinja deactivated his account. He was getting harassed by a bunch of simmers because they didn't disagree with the creative decision not to add snow in Ravenwood. Now again, I already talked about this in my previous video, so if you guys want to check that out, you can. But yeah, a lot of simmers were disappointed and they just didn't like the decision not to add snow in Ravenwood. I personally thought the answer that he gave just sounded kind of like BS. I could understand if like you don't own seasons and you just have the base game and life and death, then it's like what they say on an internal autumn. I've been actually playing the pack in like fall autumn season and it doesn't really give off that autumn look. That to me just doesn't really make sense. You as a player should have the choice to be able to customize what seasons that you want in your game. And there was a good point that was brought up. I've seen it on YouTube and also on Twitter. These worlds that they make are inspired by real life worlds. Like I'm pretty sure you're not going to see Edith at the Well of Longing and Regret in Romania in real life. Like that just doesn't exist. Yes, they're taking inspiration, designs, and the I can't even say the word architecture to create these worlds, but they're not like, this is not Romania. If they were to make a world inspired by like Jamaica or Africa and you had seasons and you were able to make it snow there, I wouldn't care because it's a video game. It's not real. This is not actually Jamaica. This is not actually Africa. So who cares? Yes, it wouldn't make sense because it doesn't snow over there. It's hot as hell, but it's a video game. Again, I know not all these worlds snow, but like, why not? Like, I don't care if Solani snows. And I know that's like a terrible take, but again, it's a video game. It's not, these worlds are not real. But yeah, if you thought this was bad, you know, what makes things even worse is the fact that there's been conversation talks that SimGuruNinja also received death threats, which is just mind-blowing given the fact that this is over a video game. And I feel like it's just disgusting that people are just so comfortable with just sharing death threats because they know they can hide behind a computer screen and talk all types of mess and know that there's no repercussions for the stuff that they do. Now, I have not seen the death threats myself. You guys already know if they're on the screen, I would show it to you guys. Probably censor stuff because, you know, there is death threats. For the life of me, I cannot find them. I don't know if it was sent to him through DMs because I know if you follow a person, they have the ability to send DMs, but that's what I've heard. I've seen a lot of simmers, a lot of bigger content creators talking about this situation. Again, there's nothing wrong with having constructive criticism. I don't know what it is with this community in particular, but whenever you give opinions on something you don't like with the game and it's like true constructive criticism, people just crash out and just go off on you because of your opinions. I don't know why that is. I don't know if they take it personal. I know for a lot of people, Sims is just more than a game for them. It's something that they use as an escape, and I 100% understand that. I use YouTube as an escape. Like literally making content helps me with my mental health. So I understand when someone is making fun of something that you know have a strong attachment to, why someone like that would have like a response. And again, I'm here for the passion. I love like the spiciness. But I feel like when people take it up a notch and start sending death threats, bullying other people for liking something or disliking something, that's when it becomes a problem, because now we're not really a community. It becomes like this high school bullying shit. People just want to share their creations, their characters, and their stories and talk about just their love for Sims. And they're met with these people who take the game so seriously to the point that they're sending death threats. That's not healthy. Okay, that's insane. You guys know who you are. I feel like a lot of people need to detach from Twitter or just online in general, from social media, and just take a step back and just like reflect. And what's crazy too about this situation is there's a bunch of people now pointing fingers at each other, blaming them, saying, hey, you're the reason why this happened. You're a piece of shit, calling people names and trying to cancel people and drag them. And I've also seen people try to like, you know, take responsibility and say, you know, we owe them an apology. But then I see people saying it's corny and it's giving bootlicker. And this is the thing with the Sim Gurus. I want to talk about this really quick. I've noticed that people look at like the Sim Gurus as like an entity and not a person. What the fuck is a Sim Guru? I don't know. I personally feel like they need to have a meeting and discuss how they can go forward with the Sim Guru stuff, because I think in these current times, it's not a safe space for them. I don't think it's also appropriate for them to really be using their, I guess, work account, their SimGuru account, to be posting personal stuff. It gives off that vibe that like, oh, we're friends. You can see my cat and my family and my car and like what I ate today. We can just say whatever and disrespect them when we don't like something because we're friends, quote unquote. And I personally feel like, and again, this is just my opinion, but I personally feel like they need to communicate with Simmers on social media accounts when there's a new pack coming out or whatever, and there's features that need to be explained to us. I've seen also people saying that like we should be grateful that the sim gurus talk to simmers. I feel like it's a double-edged sword. I feel like it goes both ways, because the way I look at it is, if a pack comes out and people want information on it, the sim gurus are going to be the ones to give us that info and explain the features to us, so that people like myself can make videos and hype up the pack. It's a win-win for everybody, right? It's generating hype for the pack. So if they don't talk about it, then there's nothing to really cover and people are not going to be as hyped. People love thirsting for information, bro. So I wouldn't necessarily say that, but I mean, I understand like that point of view, but again, I think it goes both ways. But I feel like they definitely need to like restructure the SimGuru program, whatever the hell, because again, they've said it in the past that they chose to be SimGurus. So I definitely feel like they know what they signed up for. Death threats are never okay. I don't think anyone expected death threats to happen over this snow shit. I think they need to have meetings and figure out what is the best way to communicate with Simmers without making it become like this weird friendship thing, because again, these guys are not our friends, bro. They are not our friends, at least not with the public people. Now it's crazy too, as I'm editing this, shout out to the Mears Nest, I could be wrong, I butcher names 24/7. There was an incident happened in October of 2018 where there was an inappropriate language between SimGurus. Now there was a tweet by SimGuru Kate. She was a SimGuru in the past. I heard there was a bunch of controversy. I don't want to get into all that, but I would have to go, refresh my brain on that. But she says on this tweet, she says, I want to put out a friendly reminder to everyone about how to appropriately interact with gurus on here. While I know it's common to call others daddy, babe, etc. on Twitter, please do not address our gurus, including me, like this. It is inappropriate. Apparently, there was an instance with a simmer who was referring to SimGuru Grant. He was the ex-lead producer for Project Renee until he left. There's this tweet here by Adienstein, I'm not sure, who responded to SimGuru K, who says, I was making a parenting joke, not a sexual joke. He commented he wasn't a parent, so I responded jokingly with, but you're my daddy, as in father. I don't like being taken out of context. Now, SimGuru K responds, says it doesn't matter. He asked that you stop and not do it again, and I'm asking you to do the same. Then Adienstein responds saying, I honestly am sorry if it made him uncomfortable, but I'm not going to allow gurus to point me out as a sexual predator. Now I have people in my DMs saying I am sexually harassing people. Jesus. Then Kate responds saying, you just have to be thoughtful about how things can be interpreted here on the internet. Daddy, mommy, babe, etc. have very specific connotation. I could be saying that wrong. And even if you don't mean it that way, it can be easily interpreted as such. And then Adienstein says, honestly, I love you guys, but this is actually a little frustrating for people with giant platforms to promote their followers to harass others. Then they like the comments of them bullying that said person. And then Kate makes another tweet saying, always make sure the person you are interacting with is comfortable with this kind of language and the way of addressing them before doing so. I can tell you our gurus, myself included, are not comfortable with this, and please be thoughtful about boundaries and appropriateness. I'm sorry, I just don't know what that word means. Then Libby Angry Liberal says, oh, give it up. You said something you shouldn't have. The appropriate thing is to do is to apologize and move on. And I think they're responding to the Adian person, and then Kate responds saying, yes, please, let's not continue the conversation. We all moved past it. Then she makes another tweet because now she sees the backlash this is creating for the person who called Grant daddy, and says, let me make it explicitly clear right now. And this is in all caps. She said, do not send harassing tweets or private messages to other people about this. It is never okay to hash others, no matter the situation. And then you have Grant here who says, hey Simmers, another tiny personal request. Please don't contact me on my personal email. Feel free to reach out to this guru account or Kate. Well, otherwise, my personal email is personal. I take my privacy and personal space very seriously. If you enter my personal realms, I will block, delete, and ignore the message. I mean, guys, it's like history almost repeats itself, bro. I think, like I've been saying before, and again, this is kind of like a post edit thing because I'm gonna go back into the video, but there's something wrong with the guru program. It's not professional, bro. Again, look at all of this. Like, this is the perfect example of why they shouldn't be interacting with people like this so closely. And again, even with Grant here, again, he's not a sim guru anymore, but literally he wants to protect his privacy. I just don't understand how it got this bad to the point people are sending him private emails, bro. That's very unsafe and it's very disgusting, and it leads to situations like this, but also with present day stuff like with SimGuruNinja. There's something fundamentally wrong with the SimGuru program, and there needs to be precautions in place so things like this don't happen again, because again, history repeats itself. Now what's crazy too is another simmer actually received death threats by somebody, and we actually have images of this in his DMs. He goes by the name CBX Sims. He said, a couple of days ago I tweeted doing what the Sims team supposedly can't, with an image from Life and Death and Seasons mod. For a long story short, and I quote, he said, doing what the Sims team supposedly can't. And it was a mod to add snow in Ravenwood for the Sims 4 Life and Death expansion pack. There's a lot of people that took what he said as like a threatening thing, because and again, I'm not here to sway you guys. If you guys think what he said was like just uncalled for, and maybe you did find it like he was just, you know, being funny, obviously it's up to you guys. Let me know in the comments. I personally feel like he was just being a little bit like he's like, I'll do it myself type of energy. Like, if they can't do it, I'll do it myself. And again, I know it goes back to the whole lore situation that they didn't do it because of lore. I still feel like people who have seasons should have the option if they want to have snow in their game. It just makes no sense. Now, he said, following this and in response to my tweet that he made about, you know, him adding snow to Ravenwood, his mod, he said, many began coming after me and casting me as a villain in the situation. He said some even went as far as sending me DMs, including one that states you should probably just blank yourself and do everyone in the Sims community a favor. Let that sink in, that someone said this because he added snow to Ravenwood as a mod over Sims, bro. Over Sims. This is fucking disgusting. I want to end the video right now because if I stay on any longer, I'm going to fucking crash out. This is not normal behavior for a game, bro. Why are you sending death threats to somebody because they decide to add snow in the game? It wasn't like he was trying to like diss the Sims team. And looking at the DMs, this person says, I hope you get what's coming to you. You are the reason the SimGuruNinja left Twitter. You should probably just blank yourself and do everyone in the Sims community a favor. Like what? CBX Sims also said that this is completely unacceptable and mirrors the exact behavior you are attempting to call out. He also followed up by saying, to those of you who have enjoyed my mod, thank you. I understand that not having seasonal functionality in a world based on a country many of you are from is disappointing, and my intentions were never to attack the team for being lazy, quote unquote. I was simply offering a solution. I respect the creative decision from the team and appreciate the hard work they have to put into one of the best packs we have received in years. To those of you who sent me abuse and threatening DMs, I hope you can do some self-reflection and understand that there are people on the other side of the screen. I'm excited to share more about my upcoming mod pack, Castaway Shores, soon, as well as sharing more speed builds over my new YouTube channel. Peace be kind to one another. Thank you, CBX Sims, Callum. Of course, shout out to you, Callum. I will definitely leave his channel in the link in the description. I'll leave it in the comments as well, if you guys want to go support. That one part he said where there's someone on the other side of the screen, you know, I feel like people don't get it. Like, people have feelings. People are going through a lot of stuff. People have like their mental health to deal with. And just life, bro. Not everyone is living in sunshine and rainbows. People are going through a lot of things. And like I said earlier in the video, Sims is like an escape for them. And the fact that people just off a whim could just send death threats to somebody without like thinking about the repercussions. And mind you, these are people hiding behind a monitor. They're not even using a real profile picture. They're probably using like their sim or a plumb bob or whatever the hell. And they can't even stand on 10 toes when they do it. It is just disgusting, bro. It really is just disgusting. I feel like they need to do better because that's just, it's never okay. It's honestly just, it's honestly disgusting. But yeah, with that being said, if you guys made it to the end of this video, I appreciate you guys so much. This has been your boy Superior Simmer. Stay cool, stay awesome, stay simming, and have a good day.